Good morning, I am Andrea Pardo, and today I am going to present my final project to content and language integrated learning. For this project, I am focused on the 4th grade students from the Colegio Anglo-Colombiano and follow the PYP curriculum by the International Bachelor, covering the main subject language in the reading section. So, based on these ideas, I designed this website to showcase the different stages of this final project. So the first stage is the mind map, who describe the 4 C's proposed by Cohen, which serve as the foundation for the organizing the CLIL lessons plan in these 2 specific lessons. So, in order of these ideas, I'm going to describe the mind map. In the center, you can see the main idea. Focus on the subject language, with the specifically in reading, with the book A Long Walk to Water by Linda Sue Park. So, the first C is contact, and the themes that are going to cover are Sudan geography features and the role of water, South Sudan water crisis and its challenge, the rule of 3 as a grammatical structure, comparing Albania, similarities and differences, understanding the book A Long Walk to Water, Salvador testimony, survival, and resiliences. About the second C, cognition, follow the Blue taxonomy according the growth of thinking skills. So, the first one is identify content and themes of the cover book. The second, describe and apply adjective, the rule of 3. Number 3, analyze and compare Albania traits. Number 4, design an interactive book for the final project. And number 5, evaluate with a self-reflection tool, peer and teacher rubric and quiz. About the third C, communication, is divided in 3 parts. The first one is the language of learning. We explore the new vocabulary and grammatical structures to understand the topic. The second part is language for learning, which focus on developing students' communicative and academic skills. And number 3 is language through learning, that is the language who appear during the lesson. For example, the present simple, vocabulary about water and water crisis and survival, expressing opinions and facts, comparing and contrast using the Venn diagram. And the last 4C is culture and is covered the next themes. Highlights South Sudan's the role of water in daily life, understand South Sudan's water crisis and challenge, empathy to the survival and resilience story, and the last one, promote global water awareness. So, in order of these ideas, the main map provides a big picture overview of the guide and design of the lesson plan and the teacher note by Cohen, who is covered in the next stage. Okay, so the second stage is the lesson plan, who is divided in 2 sections, the lesson plan and the teacher's note. So, the CLIL lesson plan is defined by the aims, about to understand geographical features and the role of water, to predict them through visual analysis, to apply the rule of 3, to address water challenge, to compare and contrast Albania characters, to reflect on the importance of water resources, to collaborate and think critical. About the second part of the lesson plan is the criteria for assessment, who is following the next areas: participation in group work, per group and individual tasks, correct application of the rule of three, structures to write about the water crisis, proper use of grammar to compare similarities and differences between Albania, demonstrating a solid literary understanding of the book A Long Walk to Water through the design of the interactive book, implementation of a self-reflection tool such as thumbs checking and Bloom tree, evaluation using a content rubric. For the third part of the lesson plan is the teacher objective, who already said in the mind map about the content, cognition, culture, and communication. And the last part of this lesson plan is the learning outcomes. So at the end of these two lessons, the students are able to describe the geographic features of Sudan and the role of water in the region, predict the themes of the book A Long Walk to Water using the cover and visual elements, explain the water issues of South Sudan using the rule of three as a grammatical structures, compare and contrast of the characters of Albania using Venn diagram, understand the story of a book Long Walk to Water through the design of the interactive book, and be empathetic towards the Salvador testimony of survival resilience. About the second part is the teacher's note, but for time reasons, I am only mentioning the structures, but you can see into deep in the Word document. So the teacher's notes are focused on the activities, the details of the activities, in this case of the lesson 1 and the lesson 2. Also have the instruments for the assessments, the scaffolding tips, the resources, and the notes. It's important to say that the structure of the lesson 1 and the lesson 2 was designed to develop the thinking skills proposed in the Bloom taxonomy, from the lower order skills, the lots, to the higher order skills, the hots. In the third stage, we have the materials. So I am going to describe in detail the activities proposed in the previous two lessons. So the first one, the first activity is going to be about a Zoom routine activity where the students are going to explore Africa and Sudan, recognizing the geographic features and the role of water in the region through a presentation. Another activity is about a thinking routine about what do you see, what do you wonder, what do you see, what do you think, and what do you wonder about the cover book of A Long Walk to Water, and they are going to share the ideas in a paddle. Another activity is a game where students are going to word world and are going to complete the structure of this sentence in order to choose the best appropriate adjective about the description of this picture. So in this case, it is this one. About the main activity for these lessons, the students describe sentences related to the water crisis in South Sudan, and they choose the difficult level for this activity. It could be mild, spicy, or hot. That give you the opportunity to the students to learn through their learning process through based on their level of confidence. About also the students can use a list of words to describe the challenge to show in the images, so they can use this one. And also have additional, they have in a word wall, they have an activities like a flashcards. So in order to know what is the definition, for example, in this case of their team. So here, for example. Also, the student will read the book both as a group and independently, and will complete the chapter questionnaire in the language book following the Genially guide. So the students can navigate through this presentation and go through the different chapter questionnaire. In this case is the chapter 1 through chapter, for example, 7 in the lesson 4, and so on and so on. Some of them are independently and some of them are in group. About this activity, the students are going to analyze Albanian traits using the character onion diagram ingenially about the core thoughts, feelings, appearance, and outside words. So this is the example, and the students can click in these stars and who appear the different description. This is the Nia, and this one is, and the other one is for Salva. This is the Venn diagram. This is the activity Venn diagram. So the students are going to compare Salva and Nia similarity difference in a Venn diagram and share in a puddle. Also, they can go to this template, and in order to scaffold the building of the sentences, they can use the grammatical structure to compare and contrast. So here they have like an examples. And also this is the template for the final project in the story jumper, where the students are going to design an interactive book. So this is the example, and they can navigate through the different pages and complete these different topics. At the end, they are going to complete a homework in a puzzle, and also like can visit the website of Salvadut Water for Sudan and consider testimony. About the fourth stage, the assessment is divided into formative and summative assessment. So about the formative assessment, they are providing during the lessons, monitoring the learning process. So for example, with the observation, self-reflection, with the thumbs checking, and the Bloom tree as a self-reflection, and also like a peer and teacher rubric, this one. So for the to bring like real time feedback for the students. And also we have the summative assessment, who assess the students' overall learning. In this case, about the puzzle videos with the answer of the different questions, the rubric, the teacher rubric assessment for the final project, the interactive book, and also with the Socrative quiz. So the students can scan this code. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your attention. I hope you enjoyed and find interesting this final project. Thank you very much.